A cognitive distortion is a faulty or inaccurate thought, perception, or belief. Cognitive distortion is a normal psychological process that can occur in all people to a greater or lesser extent. 1. Dichotomous thinking. All or nothing thinking. Example, I ate an extra snack, so I blew my whole diet. 2. Catastrophizing. Predicting the future in negative terms. Example, I won't be able to do it, and I can't handle that. 3. Discounting the positive. The disqualification of positive experiences or events. Example, I was only successful because I got lucky. That burger I made was good, but anyone could make it. 4. Emotional reasoning. The belief that emotions are a reflection of reality, which impacts decision-making and judgment. Example, I am scared of public bathrooms, which means they are dangerous. 5. Labeling. A fixed determination, which tends to be negative on yourself and or others. Example, I am an idiot. 6. Magnification and minimization. Amplifying the negative outcomes while minimizing the positive outcomes. Example, I dropped my book bag in front of the whole school, which shows how much of a loser I am. I was picked as captain of my team, but that doesn't mean I am a leader. 7. Selective abstraction. Missing the big picture and getting lost in the details. Getting lost in the weeds. Example, my teacher told me my paper was great, but because there is so much red marker, he must not really have liked it. 8. Mind reading. The assumption that you know the thoughts or intentions of someone else. Example, they think I am ugly, without anyone ever saying it to you. 9. Overgeneralization. Anecdotal information leads you to apply a general rule more widely than it should be. Example, every time I leave a dish in the sink, you yell at me. 10. Personalizing. The assumption that another person's actions or an external event are directed towards me without considering that there could be another explanation. Example, that person was disrespectful because they didn't wave back to me, without considering that they may not have seen you wave to them. 11th. Should statements. The belief that a certain event, someone's attitude, or a certain behavior should be what I expect as opposed to something different. Example, I should be more organized. 12. Jumping to conclusions. Drawing conclusions with little or no evidence. Example, the way she looked at me, I knew she thought it was my fault. 13th. Blaming. One's attention is focused on others as the source of a negative emotion, rather than looking internally. Conversely, blaming could also take the form of taking personal blame when it is not one's fault. Example, my parents are the reason I can never be happy. It is my fault that I got laid off during COVID, even though 80% of my team got laid off as well. 14. What if? Continued ungrounded worry or sadness that something bad could happen. Example, what if I get fired? 15. Unfair comparisons. Comparison between oneself and another, which leads the individual to feel less than or in a disadvantageous spot. Example, I am a failure because my friend makes so much more money than I do.